Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kwadash. And double honor to the apostles of the great millstone that have taught me what I know, and as well as giving you brothers your deserved salutations worldwide for forwarding this ministry. And shalom to the Yakim Wa'akwafiyam as well. And it's your brother Laban coming at you another video. As you can see, within a 2-mile radius, you see people living in their cars and their trailers. And yes, this is in one of the greatest states in America, which is California. And what you're seeing really speaks volumes of the times that we're living in. And I just want to begin by reading this scripture in the book of Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 12. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, it shall be brought low. And just getting back to, me giving my little narration of America. In this case, as I can remember, as we all can remember that are old enough to have been on this earth, to remember that America used to always shout out loud on the face of the earth that they were the greatest nation. They had the greatest lifestyle and the greatest democracy and everything that which is to be shown that they were the greatest. Weapons of mass destruction. They were a Christian-based nation which would shout that God has chosen them. And somehow, some way, you still have that belief system among Americans. Or should I say, biblically, the Babylonians. They believe that God has chosen them to be a chosen nation. And this was all done and set out of pride. And this was the outcome of pride. They were being brought low. Little and little, especially when they made the statement back in 1968 to 69, if I'm correct, during the 13th Apollo, when he said that the eagle has landed. So that was the time period when more realistically they started declining, and as well as little and little economically as well. And as we fast forward to the time that we're living, we're seeing, as well as you can see in this video, homelessness that's going on from state to state, and as well as in a different state in the West. Phoenix, Arizona has a lot of homelessness as well. Okay. And just to get away from the homelessness, let's even deal with the credit score rating. They've lost their AAA credit score rating ever since 2011. The infrastructure has been declared not so good ever since 2021 including. So all of these things show to us that we are at the end of the triumphing of the wicked ones, of the evil seed priding themselves and being progressive. Okay. Let's get the book of Isaiah 14 and verse 15, shall we? Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the side of the pit, and they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms? And not only are we seeing this, but the world is seeing this too. And the world can no longer respect America in this state. We talk about a prime minister such as Joe Biden, which is old, looks like he has dementia. And he represents the country very well, doesn't he? He can't even hold himself together. Excuse me. He can't even hold himself together. And the country can't hold itself together, including, let's even deal with the dollar now. The dollar has been weakened. Once upon a time, the greatest currency as well. Nation after nation has left and renounced the dollar. And this has done a disjustice to the dollar, to the point where the standard of living for the American people that were priding themselves of their nation can no longer live a sustainable life, because the standard of living has become high due to inflation. And just to overall say, all of this has come upon them because of the negativity that they've aired out among the world, and the affliction that they have brought upon the sons and daughters of God has led to this point. And as well as the energy of pride has done this to them as well. Let's get another precept. Let's read the book of Isaiah 14, and let's read verse 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. And now let's look up this word pump. The word pump is the Hebrew word Gai-I-1, if I'm correct. And we have the usages here: exaltation, majesty, pride, majesty, exaltation, excellence, pride, arrogance. And so there we have it. All right. America was also more stout than their fellows, pursuant to the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, even expressing that they were better than their European counterparts as well. And so we see the decline of once upon a time a great nation. And it is no longer. And all America is waiting for is to be penetrated by nukes from nation to nation. The same energy they dished out is the same energy they're going to get back. As well as these devils have always known in the back of their mind that one day, whether they considered it or not, that one day they're going to have to pay for the crimes of their fathers and for the things that they have done on this earth. And it's drawing near and dear to that time. Oh yes. Okay, so I think I've said what I had to say in this video. I might pull out a couple of other precepts. It's just like I've mentioned, even the world sees this as well. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? All of the kings of the nations, even all of them, lied in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the arraignment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under foot or feet. And thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people, and the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. And this is what's going to happen. You know, their government is going to lead their own people to destroy themselves, get involved in this nuclear war, as well as America has caused a lot of controversy all throughout these years, even when the times when the American people were to believe that their country were doing the best for the world, that they were the saviors of the world, causing a whole lot of controversy and afflictions and death and destruction, as it is also written according to the blessing that Isaac has blessed them with, that they would rule and live by the sword. And that's what they have done. So if that same is what's going to come their way, the sword is going to come upon them, and they're going to be destroyed by the same sword that they've used against them nations. Okay? And they will be slain and the seeds of evildoers shall never be renowned. And just to end it off on a positive note, I also want to say that this is a beautiful thing to witness, as a man of color, to see that we are at the end of the Western domination, which can only but mean that we're transitioning to a new beginning, a new world, where the Israelites will rule, as we are. The lies have been tarnished of us being black, of us being Latino, of us being Native American Indians, and all of these pseudo names that we was given of our enemies. Every single lie that's been told that was once upon a time strong is no longer reigning, and all of the ways of the wicked is wearing out. So overall, we are at the end of the wicked. We are at the end of the so-called white race, and we're approaching a new beginning. And it's going to be us, the saints, ruling when our Messiah returns at the end of this Western world. Shalom.